What's up guys, Manny from Motomillion. I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. And if you guys couldn't tell, we already got into the Christmas spirit and got ourselves a beautiful present here at Motomillion. I don't know if you guys can tell what it is yet, but let me start unwrapping and show you guys what we got. So guys, before I unwrap this thing, because it took a little bit of time to make it look like this, pause the video because I really want you to go ahead and comment in the description below to see if you guys can guess what it is. It might be a little obvious, but I really want to see what the guesses are going to be. So pause the video, go put it in the description, and let me start unwrapping it. I want to start from the back right here. I don't want to give it away too fast. Wow, it's wrapped more than I expected to be wrapped. And I want to take the credits for this wrapping job. A little bit of it. Can you guess it yet? Let me throw this here. Let's go to the front. I'm not going to give away that fast. Let's take the mirror off. Looks like a Yamaha mirror, no? Is it a Yamaha? I don't know. Let's start taking this off. Oh, no, not too much. That's the grips, what it looks like. Let's keep it like that. I don't know. Are you guys convinced of it yet? Let's the rear passenger foot pegs. Let's see. This is wrapped really well. Oh, there we go. That's the passenger foot bag. I guess it's time for me to reveal it, guys. I don't know if you guessed it right or not, but now's the time that you're going to know if you guessed it right. Imagine being a kid in Christmas and this is actually what you unwrap. So yes guys, we got ourselves a beautiful black Panigale V2. So this is it guys, it's our Panigale V2. We got a baby Panigale in the house. Let me tell you what I think. I love this thing. It was a little bit under the radar for us before we actually picked this bike because obviously when you have the superstars and the supermodels like the Panigale V4 and the Street Fighter V4, you tend to forget of the baby Panigale, the baby superbike that Ducati makes. And I'll tell you this, I love the paint on this bike. I know I always say this doesn't come out on camera, but if you get to take a look at one of this new bikes that has a new livery on it from Ducati, it is a pearl or it is a metallic flat black, and they've played around with the color scheme that is gloss and matte, just like what we did on our SP2 with the carbon, but this is just with the paint of the bike. I think it works really well. And I think it also looks so much better when you bring it beside a Panigale V4. You could see the lineage of the family, right? The front end looks so much alike, but it's narrower. And just taking a look at the bike as a whole, I think it's a pretty good looking bike. Also, when you look at the components of the bike, imagine, so this is the baby bike from Ducati. They're already giving you Brembo brakes, Brembo master cylinders, which a lot of the other companies are trying to do, but others like BMW are stepping away. So I think that's a plus point. And if you get the Bayless model of this motorcycle, you could also end up with Öhlins suspension on it as well. But there is a little bit of a premium to pay. And I think if that's what you're after, that premium I think is also worth it because the price difference is not too much. But this also, that's the other thing that I want to talk about is price. I actually think the price point of this motorcycle is a good price point. That's something that I like about it too, because you are stepping into a Ducati superbike by not paying the superbike money of the Panigale V4s, and that also makes it accessible for a lot of us as well. So that's really cool. But remember, the old baby superbike of Ducati was the 959, which this is loosely related with, but you never got the single-sided swing arm. So you do get the single-sided swing arm with the Panigale V2 as well, which is the baby superbike. That's kind of cool because I always say it, the Ducatis are very pretty because also the the single-sided swing arm that comes with these bikes. But overall, I think it's safe to say that's what I really like about the bike, because I have yet to ride this thing. It only has 2 miles on it, guys, and I really want to make that first ride video to become as genuine first ride as possible for you guys. And last time I think I rode a 2-cylinder Ducati Superbike was a 1299. I've never ridden the 959. I've never ridden the 899, so it's going to be something new for me, and I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, so you guys can expect a lot more of this bike in 2024 from us. I think we're going to take our time and try to focus on this as much as possible, because I'm that excited about it. So we're going to do it in 2 phases. How are we going to do it? Phase 1, we're going to take this bike and we're going to sit down and think, what is 99% of the owners of this bike will end up doing to the bike? So you did a little bit of aesthetics, you do a little bit of power, a little bit of sound, and there you go. The bike that's already nice and cool becomes just perfect for every single enthusiast. So we'll get rid of the mirrors, we'll probably get rid of the levers and the grips, and also ergonomics wise and looks wise, the rear sets will go as well. Obviously this big fender at the back is going to go, and that's probably the aesthetics. For in terms of power and sound, we're probably going to be putting on a Aero slip-on on this motorcycle with a T800 up mount from Termignoni, and you could be sure that we're going to do a before and after dyno runs of these bikes, so that we could give you guys the exact horsepower difference or power difference you could expect. And we'll try to do our best to give you guys the audio experience, so that before and after the slip-on on these bikes. And those Aero slip-ons have been extremely popular for these motorcycles. And let me take back a little, since I said extremely popular. I was very surprised when we were picking up this bike from Ducati Miami. They mentioned something to us. The Panigale V2 is the hardest bike that they have to keep in stock in terms of Ducati, because as soon as one comes in, it's already out the door. And that was a little bit of a surprise for me, because maybe, you know, it's my ignorance that I never really thought about these things, but this bike's so popular, so it's going to be cool. I think a lot of you guys hopefully will end up liking this deal that we do. And finally, I think for phase 1, for the aesthetics, I really want to get rid of these passenger foot pegs and run a rear tail section on this bike. It comes with a little bit of a dilemma, because this paint is so nice, and I'm telling this again, it doesn't come out on camera, but the metallic flat gray or black, whatever this color is called, is so good looking that I want to change the tail, because this is so bulky as a 2-seater, and if you ride this bike 2 up, that's good, you could keep this. But I want to run the solo tail on it, and we got to find a wrap for this that matches, and we've had a hard time being able to find it. There is one that we found that's been discontinued, but that's what you can expect from phase 1. And phase 2 is when we're going to go all crazy, right? We're going to make this the Motomillion Panigale V2, and you guys can expect us to do a lot of major upgrades. We are going to change a major component of this bike, or we're going to attempt to change a major component of this bike. I'm not going to spill the beans. Look out for our next video that's coming out next week. That's our goals of 2024, and when we do a flashback to 2023 as well. I think I'll let you guys know on that video what that major component is. And it's not the exhaust. Yes, we're going to change the exhaust. So that slip-on is going to be put away. We're going to run a full exhaust on this bike. I think it's been 2 years now that we have a full exhaust system that we've kept here, because I don't know, I always wanted a 1299 FE, but I can't justify the price. So that's kind of where this Panigale V2 becomes a little bit of a project for us to see what we can achieve for, let's say, 1299 FE money, and what we could do with this. So is it going to be as special as a 1299 FE? I think yes. And I think it's going to come in shorter than that $12.99 price. But going back to that exhaust system, we have an Akrapovic undertail exhaust for this bike. I've never seen it actually installed on this Panigale V2, so I don't know if it's going to fit, but I'm sure we could probably make it fit. And you're probably going to say, I've seen undertail exhaust on the Panigale V2s. Yes, there are some counterfeits. I'm not going to mention the brand name. I'll be nice to them, of these exhaust systems that are out that they've been made for specifically for the V2. And it's not the thing that we do here. I want to run the top of the line stuff, which is the Akrapovic. But also, if you guys are watching this video, MIV also makes it's another Italian brand that makes an undertail exhaust on this bike. I'm happy to report that we're going to be carrying those exhaust systems for these bikes as well. So if you want a quality product that is not going to hurt your budget to run an undertail, because I know that Acura is very expensive, and we've heard it loud and clear that their SB2, that $8,300 is an insane amount of money for an exhaust. And yes, I understand that as well. But we're gonna have some options for you guys. So if you're watching this, if you are looking after buying a Panigale V2, or if you already have a Panigale V2, we're gonna have some great ideas for you guys. But other than the exhaust system on the Phase 2, we're gonna be changing our wheels. We have some really cool OZ Racing wheels. There's a little bit of a story behind that. Maybe we'll let you guys know when we're installing the wheels of what happened and how we ended up with the wheels that we're installing. We're gonna touch the forks and the shocks, so everything's gonna go Öhlins. And yeah, and bodywork. Bodywork's actually gonna be all carbon fiber, guys. We're gonna give this Panigale V2 the wings that it doesn't have. Yes, I was skeptical 3-4 years ago when the Panigale V4 first got wings, but now we got so accustomed to every single bike having wings. There's actually a bodywork for this bike that is designed and aero tested to have winglets on it. So we're gonna give it winglets. We're gonna give it a full paint job. It's gonna be white, red, and black. I think the black will leave carbon as much as possible. And we're not gonna spill the beans with that one either, but I'm pretty much set on that livery that we found. It's gonna look really cool on this bike. And furthermore, there's gonna be probably more upgrades that come along the way, like the brakes and the tires, obviously, with the wheels. And I think we're gonna oversize the front brakes because you could run Panigale V4 rotors on the bike. I think that'll really set this bike apart, especially if you're gonna change a major component of the bike. We probably wanna change the brakes as well, if that's a hint enough for you guys. But overall, in a nutshell, I think that's our plan for this bike. And I don't know what you guys think of it. I'm really, really excited. And I think 2024 is gonna be a great year, guys, just because we have this bike here. There's not a lot of stuff going on in the superbike world, so maybe it was meant to be that we get a Panigale V2 and just experience something that we haven't. And I hope that this is going to be a good experience. And I think that because these 2-cylinder engines always have a great character. Let's see if it has a character of the big bore, big stroke 1299 engines. And you can watch that on our first ride video when I get on this bike. I'm going to be easy with it because yes, I know these bikes are, almost all bikes are so dull without an exhaust system nowadays that they're so muted with emissions and regulations and all that stuff. But look out for that first ride because I'm really looking forward to it. So guys, this is it. And judging by this bike being here at the end of 2023, I could confidently say 2024 is going to be a great year. And I don't know what you guys think. If you guys have any comments regarding what parts we should be running on this bike, put them in the comments below. And also, if you guys would like us to pick up another bike, you guys have any ideas of what bikes we should be getting into, what we should do a build with, put that in the comments as well, because I read them and who knows, maybe we'll get inspired with one of you guys. But until then, this is the build that we're gonna start off the new year with. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Until next time, guys, have a good one.